Let's look at an example that's a little bit harder. In this case, I do have excluded values. X minus 2 equal to 0 will give an excluded value because division by 0 is undefined. So if x minus 2 is 0, I would have a division by 0 error. So x minus 2 equals 0 will give an excluded value. Well, if x minus 2 is equal to 0, that means x is 2. So therefore, 2 is an excluded value. Well, also we have x minus 1. If x as a denominator. So therefore, if x minus 1 is equal to 0, I'd have a division by 0 error. So x minus 1 equals 0 is excluded, which means that x equal to 1 is excluded. So 1 is an excluded value. So 2 is an excluded value. 1 is an excluded value. Now I can factor x squared minus 3x plus 2 into x minus 2 times x minus 1. So if I put each of, therefore x minus 2 times x minus 1 equals 0 gives excluded values. The denominator equal to 0 gives excluded values. If I said each factor equals 0, I get x minus 2 is equal to 0, x minus 1 is equal to 0, which is the same ones I had before. So I have two excluded values, 2 and 1. Now if you're not clear on excluded values, you can go back and listen to the tape that I made earlier on excluded values. So that has been explained previously. If you need more work with it, go back and listen to that tape again. Once you get the excluded values, then you want to identify the least common denominator. Well, for the denominator, I need an x minus 2. I need an x minus 1. I need an x minus 2. I need an x minus 1. I already have them. So my common denominator is x minus 2 times x minus 1. I need to multiply both sides by the least common denominator. So I have 4 over x minus 2 plus 3 over x minus 1. And I need to multiply that side by the common denominator, which is x minus 2 times x minus 1. And I have 5 over x minus 2, x minus 1. I need to multiply this side by x minus 2 and x minus 1. So I need to multiply both sides by the common denominator. Now I had to write so small to get all that on one line, you probably can't read it very plainly, but it is x minus 2 times x minus 1 times the left member is equal to x minus 2 times x minus 1 times the right member. Now I need to distribute. So I need to multiply the x minus 2 and x minus 1 by this one, x minus 2, x minus 1 by that one, and I've already got it multiplied over there. So I would have x minus 2 times x minus 1 times 4 over x minus 2 plus x minus 2 times x minus 1 times 3 over x minus 1. So I distributed, multiplied like this, is equal to x minus 2 times x minus 1 times 5 over x minus 2 and x minus 1. Now let's see if we can cancel my fractions, because the whole idea of multiplying both sides by the least common denominator is to eliminate the fractions. My x minus 2's will cancel. That leaves me with 4x minus 4. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. I'm going to put that in parentheses to show that's what happened with the first term. Plus now, here, the x minus 1's cancel. So I'm left with 3x minus 6. 3 times x is 3x, 3 times 2 is 6, is equal to, here, both cancel, so I'm left with 5. Again, I have a linear equation. I'm going to combine like terms. 4x plus 3x is 7x. A negative 4 and a negative 6 is negative 10. So I have 7x minus 10 is equal to 5. Add 10 to both sides. I get 7x is equal to 15. Divide both sides by 7. I get 7x divided by 7 is equal to 15 divided by 7. Or I get x is 15 sevenths. Now I'm not going to check this one. If you find a mistake, please point it out to me. But this is the procedure. Now what you need to do now is to go back and see if 15 sevenths is an excluded value. And notice that it is not. The excluded values were 2 and 1. 15 sevenths is okay, so therefore 15 sevenths is the solution. Let's look at another example. Let's solve 1 over x plus 1 over x plus 1 is equal to 3 over 2. Now for excluded values, we know that x equals 0 is excluded, because division by 0 is not allowed. So x cannot be 0. We know that x plus 1 equal to 0 is excluded, because the denominator cannot be 0. Well, if x plus 1 equals 0 is excluded, that means that x is equal to negative 1 is excluded. So I have two excluded values, 0 and negative 1. Now 2 is okay, division by 2 is okay, so I have the two excluded values. Now I need to get my least common denominator. Well, I need an x, I need an x plus 1, and I need a 2. So the least common denominator is going to be 2x times x plus 1. I multiply both members by my least common denominator. So I say 2x times x plus 1 times 1 over x plus 1 over x plus 1 is equal to 2x times x plus 1 times 3 over 2. So I multiplied both sides by the common denominator. Now I need to distribute. So I'm going to multiply the 2x times x plus 1 times 1 over x plus, I'm going to multiply the 2x times x plus 1 times 1 over x plus 1, and I've already have 2x times x plus 1 times 3 over 2. Here the x's will cancel. That leaves me with 2x plus 2. Here the x plus 1's will cancel. That leaves me with plus 2x. Here the 2's cancel. That leaves me with x squared plus x times 3. Or if I combine terms, I get 4x plus 2 is equal to 3x squared plus 3x. Now in this case, I have a quadratic equation. If your largest exponent is 2, your equation is quadratic. That means I need to put it in standard form. So I can say 3x squared plus 3x is equal to 4x plus 2. I need to subtract 4x and 2 from both sides. So I'm left with 3x squared minus x minus 2 is equal to 0.